Welcome to Literally Ag. Today we're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting Freewoods Farms. Freewoods Farms is a living farm museum and the only historical African-American farm of its kind. Let's take a tour of the farm. Freewoods Farm, preserving African-American agricultural history. Welcome to Literally Ag, where we uncover the roots of agriculture and the people who keep those roots alive. Today, we're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, at Freewoods Farm, the only African-American historical living farm museum in the United States. This 40-acre farm preserves not just crops and livestock, but stories of resilience, heritage, and survival.
Freewoods Farms is a farm that was once a part of wetlands, and it was sold to African Americans, the Smalls, after the Civil War. It is very important to African Americans to preserve this museum. If you have your own history, then you know exactly who you are, and that way you'll know exactly where you need to be and how you need to get there.
Mr. Bellamy explains that the farm is a living museum, preserving how freed people turned difficult, swampy land into thriving farms through sheer labor, knowledge, and community. Farming is in Mr. Bellamy's blood. Growing up in Longs, South Carolina, he joined Freewoods through his family and Professor O'Neill Small's preservation work. Today, he continues that mission with South Carolina State University stepping in to secure the farm's future for the next 100 years.
I grew up in a little place called Longs, South Carolina. Farming has always been something that I did and that I grew up in. So when they told me they was trying to preserve this and O'Neill Smalls needed help, I decided to come help him out. And so I did all that I can do to preserve this. I also went to work for South Carolina State University. There we'll be taking over this farm to preserve it for the next 100 years.
Kind of talk about trying to preserve as much of the history as you possibly can and what this farmhouse represents.
This farmhouse represents how Black families had to survive, and this is how we lived. We lived together. We was unified enough that our families had very big families. We all lived in one single house. That's what this house represents to me. Unity, love, understanding, development.
This farm is kind of different in terms of you don't see a lot of fancy tractors out here. You don't see a whole lot of big equipment.
Well, that's one thing Mr. Smalls really drilled into me, is to preserve the history as it was for the first 100 years after the Civil War that Black people had to survive. And this is the way we had to survive. We had to get it out the mud.
Mm-hmm. And literally out the mud.
Literally, you had to get it out the mud. And so I stick to what he teaches me. Stick to the old ways farmers had to survive. See, now with this pump, it's probably like us as a people, understand? Especially African Americans. We are very disconnected people at this point. And with this pump, once it disconnect from the river, that's up under.
You can't get any water out of it.
You can't get no water out of it. You have to have water. So what we would do is take a cup of water like this to prime it, and you will pour it in there. And that will prime it. That will prime the pump. Now you'll reconnect it to the river of water that's up under you. Now this is good, clean, fresh water. Totally different taste. No chemicals in it whatsoever. Just fresh water. See me, I carry my cup everywhere I go.
I guess freed slaves were given wetlands over other land and how it wasn't designed to have anything grow on it.
Wetlands is a place that holds lots of water. And with holding the water, if it don't have any place to go, it just sits there. When black farmers got hold of these tracts of land, they had the knowledge to develop it to the degree to where they could turn it into a farm.
How did they do that?
They had that knowledge.
Freewoods isn't just a farm, it's a classroom. Tours bring school children face to face with history, animals, and lessons in food, labor, and survival. Many are surprised by simple things, like meeting goats, pigs, and especially Maggie. They also learn about Rosenwald schools, early black schools founded by farmers in the Sears-Roebuck Partnership, which laid the groundwork for education in the South. What's the biggest takeaway that you have seen that people learn that they did not know?
First thing we have to do is get up out of our chairs. The second thing we have to do is get out there where those kids is at. And then the third thing we got to do is know how to communicate to them to the degree to where they can understand how important it is. A lot of kids, they're very interested in the rabbits and the goats, the pigs and the chickens.
The animals.
And especially Maggie. They love Maggie. And so when they get to know the animals, it is very amazing to them. And so their minds start to open up to the degree to where you can give them a little bit of knowledge. And so they go back home knowing things that they did not know before they got here.
When asked about his vision, Mr. Bellamy answers.
To reach African-American kids, to reconnect them with themselves, and to reconnect them with the land, and to reconnect them with their families, and to reconnect them as a community as a whole, to the degree to where we all can go forward with a bright smile.
This is literally ag. Every journey we take reminds us that literally everything begins with agriculture. Join us next time as we continue exploring the farms, food, and people shaping our world. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Literally Ag. A special thank you to Mr. Lee Bellamy for a tour of Freewoods Farms. We hope you tune in for the next episode.